So after I started wearing a hijab, I went to Jordan for a while. I had an internship there at the University of Jordan. And while I was there, subhanAllah, I also met the best of Muslims with the best of akhlaq. And they really took a lot of time to teach me a lot of things and to answer my questions. And after 3 months there, I came back to the U.S. I graduated from college and I chose to move to California. And in that time, I couldn't get Islam out of my head. And there was a little piece of me that was saying, maybe you could do this. But there was another little piece of me saying, no, you can't. You're an atheist. You can't be a Muslim. But I would find myself every single day on the internet reading more and just trying to get more answers, just trying to figure it out. And there was one moment after about 6 months of this, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm in my apartment reading about Islam again. And in that moment, none of my doubts, none of my concerns, none of my fears mattered. And I stood up and I said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And that was it. And I never looked back, subhanAllah. And there have been a lot of difficulties along the way, but the benefits I've had greatly outweigh those difficulties. Alhamdulillah, I was very lucky in that my family was very accepting. My mother has been my greatest champion. She did the greatest thing for me. I told her that since I was starting to wear a hijab, I didn't want pictures with my hair showing on Facebook anymore. And she was very kind and she took them off her Facebook. And then she went to our house and all the pictures of me in the house, she moved to the private bedroom so when guests came over they wouldn't see it. And then she printed off a picture of me in a hijab off Facebook and she put that on her desk at work. And her coworkers see this and they were just shocked. There's a picture of a Muslim in our office. And she picks up this picture and she holds it in front of her coworkers and she says, "This is my daughter and you have to look at her." And she just every day she's been a fighter for me and a supporter for me, and she is the reason Jinnah is at the feet of your mother. Alhamdulillah. So my first year was very difficult. The first difficulty I had was honestly just getting accurate information. So I was still hungry for knowledge, and I was digging and trying to learn more about Islam. I came across a lot of Salafi, Wahhabi, very hateful, ugly ideologies of Islam, and I never believed that was a religion of God. So one thing as I was growing up, my stepfather, he came to the United States as a refugee, and he had always taught me the importance of respecting other people from other cultures and other ideologies, and I always had a very strong sense of human rights. But when I was reading the Salafi Wahhabi ideology, there was no sense of human rights or respect for other human beings. And so I just really struggled with the idea that, is this what Islam is? I don't feel that way. And what started to change was one very kind Iraqi brother. His name was Abdul Sadah, and unfortunately he went back to Iraq after only knowing him for a few weeks, but I'm very grateful to him. And he was Shi'i, and he told me about this cool book called Nahjul Balagha. And he talked to me about little things like, oh, well, we combine the prayers and we do these things a little bit differently. And so it kind of opened my mind up to start looking into Shia Islam. And so I found Sayyid Ammar Naqshbandhi's lectures on YouTube, and it was through finding his lectures I found the school of Ahl al-Bayt. And what really moved me about the school of Ahl al-Bayt is the sense of akhlaq, the sense of respect for other individuals. The story of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam really touched me in the sense that he was not standing in Karbala just for Muslimin or just for Shi'as. He was standing for all of mankind. And he had a Christian with him. He had a Christian with a disability with him standing there. He had women. He had children. There are Hindus who love al-Hussein. And he's a figure for all of mankind. And he's the reason why I am proud to say I am a Shia of Hussein.